Hey, what is happening, my fearless networking friend? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to discuss, I think, an important one, which is why do people fail in network marketing? Why don't they make it? And this is actually a really, I don't want to say it's a fun conversation to have, but it's an interesting conversation to have because I've been doing this for so long. So, I've had a pretty good viewpoint on people coming and going and people making it and not making it. And I'm going to try to keep this one as brief as possible, but and I don't know what order I'm going to go in. I'll just start. So I guess the first one I'll say is lack of persistence, right? They just stop, So I just don't know how you can win at the thing that you quit doing, right? We've heard that. Like, this is not rocket science. It's not technically difficult. In fact, the truth is network marketing isn't technically difficult at all. Oftentimes when I'm speaking for a group, we're talking about, network marketing on a technical degree of difficulty scale. 1 is laying on the couch with a remote and 10's doing brain surgery, which is probably fairly challenging. We're probably like a 2.5. But what we do, a lot of people, including myself, I did this, is we make it so hard in here, in our mind. And we make it harder on ourselves than we need to make it. But, the truth is, a lot of people just don't do the work. I mean, okay, we got to include that one too. There's what I have found, typically speaking, with a great majority of people in this business. I'm not going to throw out a percentage because I haven't done an analytical statistical study on the exact numbers, but I can pretty much look around and having worked with so many people and know that a big, gigantic majority of the people that fail in network marketing, they just didn't work it, okay? They didn't work it. They worked it maybe for a little bit. They bounced around for a little while, but if you were to really get real with those people, and I've had real conversations with those people, and they always come back and you're like, yeah, in fact, next time you have somebody who's quitting your team and they're coming to you and they're like, yo, I'm leaving. It just isn't working out for me. The best question you can ask that person, let's say they've been around for a year or something, just say like, hey, okay, I get it. I don't want to lose you, man, but let me ask you a quick question before you go. Just give me like some idea, like in the last 90 days, like how many people have you put in front of this business? How many people have you prospected in the last 90 days? And almost every single time without exception, after them hemming and hawing, and they come back and they say not enough. So they already know why they failed. They failed because they just didn't do the work. Now that is a high percentage of people, unfortunately. What I find, and look, people that do network marketing and do the right things in network marketing, they make money. I don't know, how do you do this and not make money? There's exceptions, like people who are just like socially creepy and awkward and alienating or mean and just maybe they smell bad and nobody wants to be around them. I don't know. There's different scenarios that, people, not everybody's cut out for network marketing. It's a social business. So number one for sure is lack of persistence. Staying at it, having that stick-to-itiveness to just do until. And I'm so grateful that for whatever reason, early on in my career, like right away, I was like, I'm going to do this business until I get it figured out. I don't care how long it takes. And I'm so glad I did because like 2 years in, I was barely making any money, like none. So how many of you would quit after like 6 months or a year of not making money? But 2 years of like not making any money and you're still here? You're still here 34 plus years later because I decided I was going to do it and I stayed persistent. And at the same time, I started to do things so I could do better because what I was doing wasn't getting results. So I started to change what I was doing to get a result, right? And that actually comes to number 2, which is having a poor strategy. Like the things that you're doing are simply ineffective. It's not a good strategy. Maybe whatever they're doing, it ain't working. And if it ain't working, do it differently. That you don't quit, you do it differently. So if like you're sitting there cold messaging 100 people a day and every other week you're getting banned on Facebook for copying and pasting the same message to a bunch of strangers you're not even friends with who aren't getting your message, most of the time, then you know what? Guess what? So you do that for a period of a few months and that's not working. You don't quit. You go, okay, well, I'm going to do something differently. Maybe this time I'll start prospecting lower hanging fruit, people that are liking and commenting and engaged with my posts on social media, rather than just like cold messaging complete strangers that you've never had any kind of communication with. Or you pick up the phone and you're too pushy, or you're calling the wrong prospects, or I mean, it could be a lot of things, but poor strategy for sure is one that I would say, affects a lot of people. And the thing about strategy is you can change the strategy, okay? Principles don't change, but strategies do. Foundational principles don't change, strategies change, okay? So that's another thing to think about. So let's see. So poor strategy, leadership skills, lacking leadership skills. So I think one of the most recent posts that I did was talking about leadership skills. So if I got news for you, man. If you do this business and you don't develop and work on your leadership skills, there's going to be a problem. So you better start working on your leadership skills now, early. You might, I don't need leadership skills right now. Yeah, you do. You need to start working on your leadership skills, your business building skills, your prospecting skills now. You want to begin to develop all of the skills that are needed in network marketing. Because now, okay, so you start let's say you get decent at recruiting, you start building a team, and you're like, I don't know what the hell to do with this team. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, maybe that's why you want to start focusing on some of your leadership skills. And I think it was either last week or the week before. I don't remember because I'm constantly producing videos. So, but I have a complete leadership training development course called Leadership Evolution. And if you don't have it, you should get it. It's toddfalcone.com/leadership. And if you're lacking in skills in general, I mean, that's probably why you're following me anyhow. Most people are following me because they want to learn how to do network marketing from somebody that has done network marketing. And number 4, another big reason, and I could probably create a bigger list, but the 4th one would probably be they're just poorly trained. The truth is most network marketing companies are very surface level in terms of their training. They're very surface level. It's like, here's your getting started kit, find the why that makes you cry, write down your list, your memory jogger, here's your basic script, go. I mean, maybe it might be slightly deeper than that, but typically not. So like I grew up in a culture of network marketing. The company wasn't the industry of network marketing, it was the company and actually more specifically the organization that I was involved in when I first started network marketing, where man, we had the deepest level training of anybody, even to this day, like the kind of training that I got super early on in my network marketing career, I rarely see that. So like that's why I feel like when I'm doing this, I'm like doing the profession and people involved in it a service, because they're just not getting typically the depth of training that they require in order to do this business successfully. And if you go out, look, you can be ignorance on fire for a little bit. And sometimes that works for people, especially if they got a great attitude, they're having a great time, I'm having so much fun, this is awesome, holy smokes, I don't know what I'm doing, but this product's cool, we're having fun, we have parties, let's do this thing. I mean, you could probably do that and like recruit a bunch of people, but I don't even know the comp, there's a comp plan, I don't know, I just sign people up. I mean, I know people like that. But not everybody's got that. Not everybody's got that ability to be so on fire and ignorant at the same time, where they're drawing people in based on pure enthusiasm. So, you got to develop some skills. You got to develop basic fundamental skills on how to be successful, how to invite, how to follow up, what to say when you're following up, how to deal with and address common questions and objections. How do you sign people up effectively? What do you do when you start a new rep? What do you do when you bring in a new customer? What happens when you experience the first challenge? What do you do there? Like all these things that you again will either learn through the school of hard knocks, or you come to somebody like me that provides in-depth training and how-to education on network marketing to figure this stuff out. I mean, that's why I do what I do, to make training available to the entire network marketing space so people can learn how to do this business. It's not, you can't just come in here and, I mean, you could probably come in here and bounce around for a long time and just do stupid stuff. But the problem with that is that's where like part of the reason why there's like people have a bad say network marketing has a bad rap or a bad reputation because people do dumb stuff all the time. They're pushy. They can't shut up about their business. They're doing things that are just unprofessional. So, and you don't want to be that person. You want to be a professional network marketer. You want to be someone who masters network marketing. So those are just some thoughts and things on why people fail. In my mind, honestly, the biggest reason, the number one reason why people don't make it, again, I've already mentioned this, is they just don't do the work. And most of the time, it's not because they're lazy. It's because they're so caught up in their head and they're so worried about what somebody's going to think of them. That's another thing. Like part of the training is getting your mind right, getting your mindset to a state of conviction, to a state of belief where like you're not worried about how somebody's going to respond to you. That's like one of probably the single greatest breakthrough that you'll ever have in your life is the moment you no longer give a damn what other people think about you for doing a network marketing business. That's when you're going to have your biggest breakthrough. And look, I got all sorts of resources for you guys. If you want to learn how to be good at this business, I'll make sure my team puts a link in here. I produced an audio program called Cracking the Code to Success in Network Marketing. We have it digitized. It's 100% digital now. So on your runs, on your walks, on your wherevers, on your drives, this is audio, not video. This is a great way of learning, by the way. Like audio is still here, it's still present, and it's present because it's the most mobile form of training and learning because you can be doing something else like going for a run or a walk or whatever it is, and you can still learn this stuff. So I'll make sure my team puts a link in there. If you're on my YouTube channel, what's up, YouTubers? Appreciate you guys. Leave a comment. If you're on my podcast, love you as well. Come over here to toddfalcone.com/episode 225 for this episode. The rest of the details on this episode, again, toddfalcone.com/episode 225. We'll see you next time.